So what did you notice that changed between season 1 and 2? Since season 1 was our little bubble, we shot it without anyone seeing it. And then season 2, people had seen it. So
there were paparazzi.
Really?
There weren't paparazzi season 1.
Right, because season 1, we shot in the dark.
Well, nobody knew.
We were finished with all of season 1 before it even aired on TV.
Right, and then season 2, we had to have things put up at the gates. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
We had to have things put up at the gates so there was privacy because there was
forgot about
paparazzi at all the gates and they were trying to take pictures of you guys. Selena got hammered.
Yeah, Selena really did.
So it became, and then the Jonas Brothers were there. I remember that.
Yeah, because they were shooting Jonas at the time.
Yeah, so it became.
Did you work with them on?
No, I think they would just come by.
Yeah. Well, because she was dating Nick at the time in the first and second season.
Yeah.
I remember on behind she wrote Selena loves Nick on like everything with like a little heart. It's like
I don't remember that.
It's like freshman year crush. I remember that because I was there for all of it.
You saw it. Yeah. So, that's one of the major things I remember going, what was happening? And I thought, oh,
it's like about a bunch of kids.
Yeah. And it's such a violation of privacy.
Yeah.
And these are children. These are children we're talking about.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. That's in France that would never happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like other countries, leave these people alone.
It's about them making a buck, you know?
Yeah.
Well, in the hair and makeup room, something that's so special about like the hair and makeup room is it's kind of like the barber where you're like, you just like talk.
Barbershop.
It's a barbershop. You like talk so much and like it's where you vent. It's where you're warming up for the day.
It's also where thankfully you tell me stuff and I'll forget it. So I'm like, this is perfect. I don't know.
Perfect. But I remember like sitting in the chair and like talking about the Shins and Portland and like the 1940s and us like totally vibing. You were like my cool big sister.
Yeah.
What are some of like the weird hair and makeup room stuff that you remember that you can share and not being the vault of secrecy?
I don't know if it was weird so much as just, you get to know everybody. It's such an intimate position.
But there's certain people you didn't do everybody on the show.
No.
Right? There was certain.
I did Jen.
You did Jen.
I did Maria. The boys would sit in different chairs.
Well, there was only so much to do.
Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So,
3 boys.
Yeah, the 3 boys would move around.
Right.
I feel like I did your makeup more than Chelsea did, probably.
I think so.
I like this.
But it's also like
I can do that
is there
too.
a chair? Is there a chair open? You know?
Yeah, what if the chair is open? You just have to
remember
get
that.
people through because half the cast is going to school. So you get 20 minutes, if that, with them. Because, the camera will pick up on that.
Yeah.
Now, at that time, not as much, and especially with multicam.
Well, because we hadn't, I think we did like HD like halfway through the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Because I remember being like, oh God, my acne.
But HD, like regular video and then HD, you saw the makeup a lot
You
more, right?
saw
You had to
what you
change
did
it up?
last week.
You saw
You saw if you didn't wash your face 3 weeks ago in HD. You still do. It's awful.
By the way, I have an amazing
I'm not a nature show.
skincare routine now.
Congratulations.
I'm just telling
Cool.
Your
Welcome.
skin
wife-
looks
should have
beautiful.
developed it
I
years ago.
wash and then I put like some, hydrating stuff and then I cover it and then I slug it with other things.
Cover what? Your face? Are you putting
like
something over?
So he puts a
the
bag over his
serum,
head?
That's what it's
The
sounding like.
serum that I put on
Yeah.
has to be covered by the cream.
Yeah, you have to lock that.
And then
Lock it in.
you lock it in with you put like an Aquaphor kind of feel
David,
thing.
when-
on it.
What are you
And what-
putting on the end? Are you ever putting sunblock on?
Wow.
I'm coming after you.
Did you talk to Yulia?
David.
Yulia gets so mad at me that I don't wear sunblock enough.
And you live on the beach. Hold on though. Can we just establish what age did you finally establish the skincare routine?
Last week.
A few years ago.
Because I was at 13 being like, what do I do for my
That's
skin?
true.
Yeah,
She
no,
really
I
was.
mean, boys,
Yeah.
you just kind of go
You just
with
rub
it, but-
sandpaper on it and go, I'm good.
It's fine. Yeah, it's different. And you have beautiful skin.
You're beautiful.
You always
skin.
have.
You're a beautiful
Thanks.
man.
You're
David.
welcome.
But the it going into HD did affect it, right? You did have
Absolutely.
to. So you had to tone it down. Is that what happened?
Well, I had never done multicam before. So I was instructed on how to do the makeup and that it was different because the lights are much more intense. So you have to alter the makeup a little bit. And that was you have to make people's skin look a little darker. You have to do all this different stuff.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been in that position yet. I hadn't traveled down that road yet. So that was a very sharp learning curve because I did that and then it didn't. That doesn't look
No,
right.
because we looked orange.
We
in a
looked
lot
orange,
of
and
because
I
they
had
didn't
been
do screen
told-
tests.
Yeah, we didn't do screen tests, which is horrible. And I
Yeah.
remember have been told like you have to warm everybody up. I had been given those instructions.
Yeah.
And so then what happens in that situation is then the person sitting in your chair doesn't trust you because they look horrible.
Right.
And then you're trying to get people to trust you. You're like, no.
You're like, I'm just doing what I'm
just
told.
doing what I'm told.
Yeah.
And also I don't know this yet. I'm learning this.
Right.
Mhm.
So bear with me.
Because I remember
So-
the HD thing was like night and day. It literally was
Yeah.
like, okay, tomorrow we're going to be shooting in HD. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Mm,
what? Like, because
And
I remember us freaking out being like, I'm not a sports event. I'm not a nature show. Like, I don't want to be,
I still feel that way.
right?
Yeah.
Like, give me some Vaseline, like the studio system on the lens, please.
Just film, just an organic medium
Yeah.
is beautiful.
How do
Anything.
you, so, because we were touching a little bit of like, we didn't do screen tests. You had to find sort of the happy medium of everyone's skin tone.
While
and I know,
working, yeah.
and I
While
know
working.
like it was, yeah, like as we're going.
And we don't have time to say, let me
No.
just change that. Let me change that. You
Mhm.
have to, every day was just a tweak
How long
constantly.
until you felt like you were in the groove of what it was, or that you were happy with what you?
I
were
still feel like I'm constantly doing that. Probably comfortably season 2.
Yeah, that makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There's a lot of stuff because when we rewatched season 1, there was a lot of like growing pains that we definitely
Yes.
saw.
Yes.
Of like us trying to find our characters, us trying
Yeah.
to find the costumes, the makeup.
Well, and with Harper, Jen and I had a lot of fun with coming up with ideas for Harper where we thought, let's have her makeup be just outrageous and kind
Yeah.
of silly and she doesn't know what she's doing. And then the next episode or the next day, they said to me, so we need to tone down Harper's makeup.
You and I had a little
Why?
bit too much
Yeah,
fun.
we had so much. I was like, oh my goodness. And I still, when people ask me now, I still say, I was like, well, Jen was my little Barbie.
Aw.
So I was like, she's my little porcelain, my little 40s porcelain doll that I would be like, oh my God, I could do your face is just so beautiful. I can do anything to this face and it'll be gorgeous.
When you also
So-
taught me how to do, which I still do to this day, you taught me how to do the like, because I was still figuring out my look and my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And you and I both had such a shared love of like the 40s and,
Yeah.
and like, you know, that whole era. You taught me how to do like the cat eyeliner
Oh,
with like all this kind of stuff and like the red lip and not have it look like crayon all over my
Yeah.
face. So like you really helped me kind of find my
Oh,
little
God.
14-year-old look.
good.
Whew.
Okay, I
So-
got 2 things.
You got way more. You got all the things. What was like your favorite look to do on the show? Was there a favorite episode or a look that you just really had a lot of fun doing?
Well, I really loved it first when we got to make fun characters, like before we were told no. I really loved the idea
Well,
of
the
being
funny
able to
thing-
make Harper just, well, she
Later,
wore
she
like
got that.
she wore a dress that had cars all over it and freeways.
Yeah.
And then, remember that? You had a beep beep, and a steering wheel on her
Yes.
head.
Was that the
And
racing episode?
I'd no,
Yeah.
I don't. Who knows? I
who
think it was a
knows?
driver's
She had
license one.
so
or
much
something.
fun. So many
Yeah.
outrageous, like,
Yeah.
her costumes were so fun. And I thought, we have to make her makeup look, why can't we do we do
Right.
this? That this is
Yeah.
so fun. So, okay, what was the question?
What was your favorite?
What
What was
was
your
your
favorite episode or
favorite-
look to
yeah.
do?
Oh gosh. This is when I have to see it. I didn't do my homework. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're fine.
I've been working.
You're a little busy.
I think, I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me noodle on that for a little bit.
When-
'cause it's
when
been a
was-
minute.
you obviously are watching it while it's being filmed. You're checking
Yeah.
it out, all that stuff. Do you ever go back and watch any of the shows that you've ever worked on?
I don't like to typically.
No, yeah.
No, because then I'll just sit there and go, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then I'll have to watch it more than once.
Yeah, I get it though. I still have some
Right.
of those moments
Yeah.
rewatching it for this. Is
Yeah.
where I'm like,
Yeah.
and
I
you
don't
can't fix it.
remember
You
anything.
can't change it.